No! I didn't want the song to end. How's it going, everybody? TySights Shadow Games Report. Part 3 of Need for Speed Heat today. Gonna bring the heat with Cash Patel, hopefully. I mean, lots of slow walking with the Epstein list today. Pam Bondi said she had it on her desk, and we got nothing. We got nothing. It's pretty annoying. I stayed up late last night just hoping something would just like, I don't know, pop in the news, and then I just kind of gave up eventually. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I gave myself too much hope yesterday. I really was banking on it being yesterday, but I mean, it's okay. It's okay. If there's a better plan going on in the background, just to kind of make sure certain people don't lose their mind, or make sure that maybe we have certain bust and operations in place just so these people don't, I don't know, leave the country or just something crazy. I don't know, just lots of things could happen. Lots of speculation. So that's why I say that we need some, or at least a need for speedy trials, or speedy arrest, actually, is what I really want. Speedy arrest, and then we'll have the speedy trials right after. But yeah, I mean, I'm never going to regain trust in the government ever again unless we have some real justice and also some vindication, especially for people that were arrested within the past administration. I know quite a few people. It's pretty unreal how many people have been arrested through different political means, or just, let's just even say, like, negative events happening in the world, and then that kind of pushing them to the point of desperation, and then that kind of, that was the catalyst that kind of pushed them into their, yeah, anyways, which, I even got kind of give a little bit of leniency to the left just for that same reason. Some of them were pushed to certain desperation points, and that's kind of what allowed them to even believe in what they believe in. I know it's hard to give any kind of sympathy for the left, but we have to think about their mental health too, and just be honest about how we carry ourselves. Where we're not. I don't know. I have a bad habit of wanting to attack them too, so I understand everybody's sentiment. But anyways, let me get this off the screen. Let's focus on the news. I'm gonna go ahead and get to it before I start talking too much. FBI under fire, allegations of Epstein file destruction emerge. So there was a whistleblower that came out, I believe, on Benny Johnson's show yesterday, saying that FBI and I guess different CIA were in the process of trying to destroy certain evidence. I even think that there was actually some arrests, if certain allegations are true. I don't know. I think it was Colonel McGregor that said something like that, or is that his title, Colonel McGregor, or was it not Colonel McGregor? Who am I thinking of? I can't think of his name at the moment. His last name is McGregor, though. IRS data breach exposes 405,000 taxpayer. I think even Trump was included in this, if I remember reading that right earlier. DHS Secretary Noem identifies ICE information leakers. So supposedly they are caught and being charged. And like I said, I think even some of the people that were destroying certain evidence have already been caught as well. Little details at the moment, and they're probably doing that on purpose until there's a deeper investigation into what's going on. But I think we all have a good idea. Joy Reid fired as part of MSNBC's broad programming changes. Xbox delays Fable to 2026 for quality. I still have not even like finished the remake. I started playing it early last year, and then yeah, I never never got around to finishing it. It's a fun game, but you can kind of feel the age on it as well. Crenshaw's hot mic moment sparks political controversy. Yeah, it was even on video, which makes it even worse. But yeah, he pretty much said that he would kill Tucker Carlson if he ever met him. So Tucker Carlson came back and said, "All right, well, how about we have an interview and we'll put you to the test." Doge staffers resign over efficiency versus service clash. Really? Huh. Look at that here soon. Bongino named FBI deputy director. That was yesterday. I'm really kind of upset that I haven't seen more movement from these people yet, unless something has just broke or developed at the moment. Yeah, I'm refreshing this page just to be sure. Looks like we got two new... Well, this looks like it might be updated now. Let's go ahead and jump into FBI files on Epstein allegedly being deleted. Whistleblower has alleged that the FBI is deleting files related to Jeffrey Epstein's case, sparking discussions on social media and pressure from Rep. Anna Paulina Luna's task force, which is also seeking the release of JFK assassination records. These claims are under scrutiny, with no confirmation from official sources yet. Laura Loomer, 2 hours ago, no Epstein list. If it's on the desk, what's taking so long? I mean, I'm asking the same question. I don't normally agree with Laura Loomer, but yeah, I do agree on this particular. We don't need any more Fox News one-liners. Release the list if the list is on the desk. For real. Where's the Epstein client list? What are we waiting for, says Sean Ryan. Ilhan Omar, the AG still not releasing the Epstein files is weird and raises the question of who she might be protecting. Yeah, that was something that I was posting on last night. I might even get into a few different of my posts just to kind of give you an alternative view of what could be happening in the background. I don't know for sure. I'm just, I'm kind of playing off of my breadcrumb trail that I, kind of follow sometimes. Hey, Pam Bondi, I know you are likely busy with day-to-day responsibilities with the DOJ, but the American people deserve to see who's on the Epstein client list, what's the holdup? Is someone keeping you from releasing the unredacted versions? And as far as I know, I was checking all last night and all this morning. Pam Bondi has been pretty silent over the past 3 days, at least on X. I don't know if she's like in shock from the information, or maybe, she could be working for somebody. I'm not, claiming that's what's happening here, but it is getting kind of suspicious having to wait for so long after Cash has been confirmed. I'm surprised we're not seeing more from Cash on this particular issue yet, unless he has tweeted within the past, 30 minutes or so. Like I said, I've been following it all night and all day this morning, trying to figure out, if there's any new information that has developed on this. So Rep. Lauren Boebert calls on Attorney General Pam Bondi to release the Epstein files today. Lots of pressure on Pam right now. Hopefully she will go ahead and give in. The flight logs were already released during the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Trump's name appeared in the Epstein flight logs at least 7 times. He did? I don't remember ever seeing that. How's it not pulling up? Okay, that's what this says. Like, I clicked it like multiple times. And I don't know if this is legit or not. It's probably not. Because all the other times that they had released certain information, it did not include Donald Trump's name. Why is this taking so long? Page unresponsive. Oh, has the post been deleted? That's weird. The page just like died on me. Maybe the tweet was deleted or something. I don't know. Is it gone? I was about to say. Pull it up. It does not want me to pull this up. Interesting. Well, I don't know. Unless the system's trying to flag it as like disinformation or something weird. That's weird. It just broke the page twice, me trying to load that. Wow. Alright, well then go away. The entire like page was like dying on me just because I did that. Weird. Weird, weird. Alright, let me go back over to my page for a minute and let's talk over here since that doesn't want to work for me. I want to get down to the Bondi. Yeah, there was also some interesting news yesterday about some NSA sex chats. And yeah, I'll get to that in a bit. Maybe. Some stories are just really not all that worth it. Where is my stuff about Pam? Did I already pass? I think I did. Alright, well, I also noticed that just so many of my reposts will never make it onto my page. It's pretty annoying. Alright, so where is that one guy's post that I reposted last night? I don't know why I can't find this guy's post. He had an interesting name, so I know for a fact that I reposted it. But I really think that there's something strange going on with the X algorithm where it will literally just like drop certain posts after you try to repost it. It takes so long to repost things for some reason. I don't really understand why. But to me, it comes off very suspicious. Like, I don't like having to wait for my post to have to go through. It just feels like there's like something scanning it for like 30 seconds and then deciding whether or not it can be posted. And I don't think that's right. Like, that's one thing I worry about with AI is just having very efficient censorship where, you know, let's just say that I can't get on the algorithm just because I'm me. You know, just because I actually question things and I'll actually try to dig a little bit. But anyways, where's that one video real quick of Pam? I'm just going to go ahead and play this. Because other people are speculating on the same thing that I'm speculating. I just can't find that one guy's post that I reposted. This might even be part of it. So this Ben, is it Bendazar? Niji Jack Talk. I don't even. What the hell? I can't even read that. I don't know. Maybe it's a troll account. Maybe I shouldn't listen to it. But they posted something interesting. And Stu Peters even posted on this as well. Pam Bondi has gone dark, refusing to release the Epstein, JFK, or RFK files because they all implicate Israel. Yeah, that's the theory that's kind of floating in the background as of right now. Then there was also this interesting tweet that from this guy named Content, they will be released 2 days before the Oscars, and that was replying to the Hodge twins. So some people think that they might be released strategically, a certain time, maybe to embarrass possibly celebrities. I don't know. You know, I'm just thinking of possibilities here. Pam Bondi has gone dark, refusing to release. Let's just watch this real quick.
And Israel is one of our, if not our greatest ally in the world. And I'm so proud of what happened today. I've been to Israel twice as Attorney General, and Jerusalem is the capital of Israel.
All right, but as you know, with all these Palestinian protests, the fears seem to be that it might be agitating a lot of this violence. Now, one of the concerns
Certainly
is that the Palestinians, of course, look forward to a homeland of their own, whether it ever comes to pass. But key to that would be making East Jerusalem its capital. That does not seem likely now, but what's your sense?
Well, you know, the U.S., we're in the final stages of finalizing our peace plan with Israel and with Palestine. Jared Kushner has been leading that up. He is an amazing person. He's brilliant. He's soft-spoken. He's a great negotiator, as well as the President of the United States. And I feel that I think this shows strength. It says that we mean what we say. President Trump has always said Jerusalem is the capital, and it is now firmly the capital.
I don't know when she said that, but Ian Carroll made a good point last night where he connected some of these dots as well, pointing out that he believes pretty much everyone on Trump's administration is, well, pro-Israel / a Zionist. Some people don't even seem to really understand what that word means. Zion, I guess, is kind of like an old reference for Israel. But also, I guess what the actual intentions of Zionism is, growing beyond its particular borders as of right now, which the left is good about pointing out. The possibility of Israel trying to build a greater Israel, which is a much larger portion of land, which would take a lot of the countries surrounding Israel and beyond. So that's part of the concern there. I'm going to go ahead and play that video from Ian Carroll if I can find it. I did repost it. I just got to scroll a million posts down. Yeah, here it is. I just want to cover this story kind of.
Dan Bongino just perfectly elucidated why we are so obsessed with Israel right now. And despite his and this whole administration's endless Zionist rhetoric, this is why, if you are pro-Israel, you are not currently America first. And until we deal with this problem, we are not a free nation.
About a year and a half after that, I'm in a green room at Fox, and I'm not going to say who because they didn't give me permission to share. It says, you know, Epstein's an intelligence asset for people in the Middle East, right? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. I'm like, you sure of that? The person, let's say, is like, I'm absolutely sure of that. That he's either a witting or unwitting asset, intelligence asset. Meaning,
this part.
His plane and that island, the cameras, there's a big assumption out there that these videotapes were exclusively in the custody of Epstein. That's a huge mistake. The reason they wanted this story to go away is because there's an assumption like, oh yeah, Epstein had him. No, he wasn't the only one who had him, according to this source. These assets, that's why this blackmail story makes so much sense. Which Middle Eastern countries they are, I don't know.
But you don't know? You don't know which Middle Eastern nations? So there's this entire trafficking ring made exclusively of Jewish billionaires, from the front man to the mastermind to the handler to the bank to the literal ex-prime minister of Israel, also the ex-head of Israeli intelligence. I'm sure that all these Jewish billionaires set up a trafficking ring on behalf of Iran, right? So it's an open secret at Fox News, in these political circles, that Epstein was an intelligence asset of some nation in the Middle East. I don't know if you haven't been paying attention, but the Jews don't get along too well with these Arab nations. What nation could they possibly work for? But the most critical part is that the blackmail was not exclusively in Epstein's possession, because that's not how that works. He was doing blackmail on behalf of a foreign intelligence service, targeting all of the United States' top people, all of our top scientists, politicians, wealthy people, as well as British, just anyone he could get his hands on. And all of that blackmail is possessed by whatever country he was working for to this day. And they won't give it to us. So even if they blow this story up, expose all the files, even if they show the tapes, which they won't and should not do, we still wouldn't be the only people in possession of them. Every single person on those tapes is controlled by some foreign country in the Middle East. It's like, what foreign country in the Middle East has an insane amount of influence over everyone in the United States for no explicable reason? We are told ad nauseum that claiming that Jewish people have allegiance to Israel over America is an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory, despite the fact that on TV every day we have explicit evidence coming directly out of their mouths that is often, not always, the case. And it's not always the case, and that's okay. But sometimes, frequently, at the top of power, it is the case. Such as Jonathan Pollard, one of the most egregious intelligence leaks in American history. He was an American Jew that, because of his Jewish heritage, had a stronger allegiance to Israel than America and committed high treason by giving Israel all of our secrets. This probably has a lot to do with Bill Clinton getting blackmailed by Epstein with the Monica Lewinsky scandal. That was all very tied together. Jeffrey Epstein himself is a perfect example. He's American. He was born in New York. His allegiance was clearly not to America first. Robert Maxwell, one of the most famous Mossad spies in the world, was born in Czechoslovakia. He was a British citizen, but his resting place is on the Mount of Olives in Israel because he backstabbed just about every government he ever worked for or had citizenship with on behalf of them. Leslie Wexner, born in Ohio, American billionaire. Clearly his primary allegiance is to Israel if you do even an iota of research about him. This bro was running trafficking rings out of all of Victoria's Secret, as well as Abercrombie & Fitch and Hollister. And I just had to giggle because I accidentally noticed that Ehud Barak, ex-prime minister of Israel, head of military intelligence, key member of putting this trafficking ring together and managing it. Yeah, he wasn't born in America, but he was born in Palestine, ironically enough. And a massive, massive portion of American citizens today have this question, both on Trump's side and on the left, and everyone in the middle is noticing very rightly that Trump and Tulsi and Kash and Pam Bondi, RFK, Marco Rubio, this entire administration, this entire cabinet, they've got great takes on America, in my opinion. Great takes on the FBI, great takes on the CIA, great takes on the deep state, great takes on taking down the corporate banker pharma control of our country. But every single one of them is a Zionist and extremely pro-Israel and pretends like Israel is our greatest ally, despite the clear evidence against that. Sure, maybe some Israelis are on our side. I'm sure there's lots of Israelis that are on our side, that are good people, maybe. There's certainly a lot of Jewish people around the world that are great people. But all of these people are very vocal about cutting funding to Ukraine. That's great. But then they try to deflect and stay silent and just do a little dance every time we notice that we're spending more money on Israel than on Ukraine over the years. None of them are talking about cutting funding to Israel that is actively blackmailing the entire U.S. government, has a secret nuclear program, is committing a genocide. At the very least, it's an apartheid state. Their national economy is deeply intertwined in the diamond industry and all sorts of illegal international trade and human rights abuses around that in Africa. We have anti-Semitic speech laws in America when we can criticize our own government and our own president, but we can't criticize Israel. We can't even talk about it, or else we'll get kicked off the internet, kicked out of the government. And I hold out at least a sliver of hope for most of these guys, that they do understand what's going on and they understand the gravity of Israel's control, and that they are just tiptoeing and playing it careful and trying to get the job done here without starting a firestorm that's going to prevent them from doing that.
That's actually a great point. If they're dealing with, let's just say, a foreign entity that does have this crazy amount of control over so many different people within our government, then maybe they are being very careful with how they play the next move, because the next move will determine a lot. But also, it could be used as leverage right now. Just a floating theory. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I mean, I want to see the Epstein list as fast as anybody else, but maybe the longer it's kind of held like in the balance of, we could like release it any day now, that becomes leverage against, I guess even who the response comes out of. How many people are going to fight the release at this point, and the more you see that resistance, the more you're just kind of like, hey, why don't you want to see the release of this? Why you start asking particular people that get upset about it. And I think it's often revealing, of their true nature.